Oh, just pull hard. It'll come.
I'm Lucas.
Yeah, that's the trick. You pull hard, it comes. It comes quick.
And we're about to make a trip to Golgoth. And I'm Simon, a black guy. In this story, I play a I play a black guy.
Helping Jesus.
Helping Jesus get to Golgoth. And it's an important and daunting task.
The night before, he had the Last Supper. It was Passover. Basically, with the disciples, he stated that one of them would betray him, and then at which point he broke a piece of bread and said, "This is my body," and took some wine and said, "This is my blood," and passed it around. Later that night, Jesus and the remaining disciples went to a garden to pray, and I think everyone pretty much knew that Judas was the asshole in the group, but he snuck off anyway. And Jesus was very, very disturbed because he knew he was being arrested later in the evening. And oh man, that is so wrong. Oh, that is so wrong. It's so wrong. He kept lecturing them for falling asleep.
Yeah. I hope I won't fall asleep or something.
So, eventually, he keeps them awake, and they realize something's going to happen. And Judas approaches with men who, Judas proceeded to walk up to Christ and kiss him on the cheek. I was like dancing, and I was like, shit, I'm dancing like Lucas. So I stopped and like, how do I dance if I had never met Lucas? And I couldn't do it.
You're so cool.
Well, it's so.
But I dance like a motherfucker.
No, but like
7 grams. I'ma break it.
Oh my god. Which was a signal that this was the man they were looking for. They arrested him. And after that, the disciples scattered to the wind. Peter denied Christ 3 times. People asked him, I thought I saw you when you came to town with him. When there were 2 prisoners presented, because the tradition on Passover is to release prisoner, when 2 were presented, Jesus Christ and Barabbas, the crowd asked for Barabbas, and Barabbas was released. So Jesus Christ is sentenced to death. And so from there, he is taken, he's stripped of his clothes, he's beaten, he's given a cross that and this is pretty common procedure for the Roman Empire, but he's given a cross. You have to carry your own cross. They take all of your possessions, and the soldiers cast lots for them, meaning basically they gamble who gets what. Jesus Christ didn't really have much, though. And then he walks the hill to Golgotha, where he is nailed to the cross. He actually can't carry the cross the entire way. A man named Simon comes and helps him carry it the remaining of the way, which is actually, he's supposedly a black man. It's one of the important, black... This is just not what I should be doing. I am not a 6th grader. Oh yeah. That's a fucking beast.
Yeah, burn that novo.
No, I
like a little
wanted to
video.
call it Jesus.
He was sacrificed. He was crucified with 2 other people. That's kind of important too.
Well, we need
2 other joints. They nail his hands and feet, and they raise him. And it usually takes people about 3 days to die, but Jesus died within 10 hours. To hell and freed all these people from bondage. Or Mary Magdalene. How
Narcissistic.
I know, but I'm just so impressed with it. I'm like, how can you do this? How can you just look at yourself and just like, look at you, and you're like, you figure it out, and just like, oh, I like this, I like watching this, I like, seeing the other people like this. But you don't get like all wigged out about being self-conscious or worrying what you're doing. You're just like, man.
Watch a movie. Fuck that. I think I need to take a
admire,
shower.
like, I feel like you have incredible confidence.
I haven't taken one in a while. Maybe yesterday.
And Mary, his mother, were both at the crucifixion, and they went to embalm him, and he had risen magically from the grave, and after that he wandered, the area for like 40 days before he ascended back into heaven. And by ascended, I mean he floated into the air and disappeared. Imagine being 32
Can you imagine being 32 and dying for other people's sins, not just your own?
I think it's a great work of art.
But we're about to make the journey, and hopefully you'll learn something along the way, and we'll see. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see how this works. Can you imagine being 32 and dying for other people's sins, not just your own?